Welcome to Romance Rex, where book besties explore the world of romance novels and encourage you to expand your TBR. Join us as we dive into the hottest releases and hidden gems of the genre. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Romance Rex Pod. Oh, hi guys. I kind of forgot that I was supposed to introduce myself after that. Hi guys, it's Dev. If you couldn't tell, messing up the intro. I am kind of in between reading right now. I've got some arcs that I need to power through. Have not started them. But next up for audiobook is going to be A Soul to Keep by Opal Rain. That just came through on Libby, so I'm really excited because I've been waiting to read that for a while.
Hi guys, you haven't heard from me for a while, but I'm Christina. I'm back. No.
Yay!
Thank you. I'm currently reading Heart of My Monster by Rena Kent. It's the third book in this trilogy, and I'm excited to tell you about it later on.
Oh, nice.
And hi, I'm Jordan, and I am currently reading Keeper's Reign by Eliza Leone, and I'm re-listening to Corrupt by Penelope Douglas because I need some comfort read right now, and what doesn't scream comfort read than
Torture.
a torture bully romance. And yeah, and I'm also listening to Not All That Glitters by Devin Sinclair because I'm going through her whole catalog. So buckle up for some unhinged bookish banter.
So unhinged.
Might need a lot of buckles for this one.
Wait, I'm actually so excited that you're reading Eliza's book. So excited.
I've gotten really into it. So for listeners, Eliza came to our book meetup this summer. We met her. She's amazing. She's written her own book. She just came out with the final installment of this series too. I started it months ago, but then I got distracted by arcs and necessary reading, and I'm back in it. I'm like 2/3 the way in, and I am so curious, and it's so good.
Yeah, I can't wait to read that.
Yeah,
that is.
Tonight, I'm like nervous for this episode, you guys. I'm so excited to have Christina back, but I'm so nervous for this, and it's the perfect one for Christina to come back on.
Right, to be so unhinged. When I tell you I'm shaking in my boots at the quotes that I've highlighted to read, I don't even know where to begin. I have about 6, and I can't choose.
I want to hear them all.
I don't think I'm going to. Yeah.
Just read them all.
So for those of you that didn't read the title of this episode, these are Unhinged Rex. So I think they're all novellas because you can only take so much unhinged in one.
So far.
And when we say unhinged, we're not talking like, oh, this is dark romance and they shouldn't have done that. It's who is doing what and how does that work? And Christina, do you want to read your quote first?
Sure.
Since you're
I will.
back with us, you want to kick us off?
Sure. Okay. My quote is from Stuffed, which is a pillow romance by Sylvia Morrow.
And, yes, the classic pillow.
Yes, well, we've all known it.
I don't think all of us.
Okay.
I'm so happy.
She says, "Your cock is like something impossible. It's a combination of velvet, silk, and perfect latex."
I mean, it is impossible because it's a pillow. Because it's a pillow.
Yeah, that's real impossible. Okay, and the description. Oh, I don't need it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pick. This is not super unhinged, honestly. This just made me sick to my stomach, and I just want to share it with y'all. Okay, so this is actually from Kissing the Coronavirus by MJ Edwards, which, yes, if you were wondering, am I going to talk about this book later in the episode? You'd be correct. I will be diving real deep into this book because I just don't understand. But anyway, this is our main... Yeah, right. Clearly. Which they actually mention in the... Anyway, let me just... The quote is, "His tongue, so soft and hot, like a chunk of microwaved fish sloshing around inside her mouth."
I'm gonna vomit.
You already sent us that screenshot. I did not need to relive that in audio format.
I just really wanted to share that because why? Why would microwave fish be the thing you're using to make this sexy? I don't know. So enjoy that.
So we've had a pillow. We've had the coronavirus.
We have.
And I'm going to get festive with you because it's almost Thanksgiving. And so my quote is from Stuffed by the Were Turkey by Tate McKirk. This was crazy. She shouldn't be getting aroused. For fuck's sake. The man looked like a turkey, but those strong hands gripped her breasts, kneading them as strongly as she had the quinoa meatless loaf earlier.
No, I will actually be sick. I will actually be sick.
Not between fish and quinoa loaf.
Yeah, that's not us ruining foods. Oh my gosh. I would like to preface this by saying, guys, if you came to this episode looking for the deepest reads that you've ever had for your life, if you wanted like something really romantic and just so lovely, please go to another episode that we have. We have so many episodes where you can get such great content.
This is our 26th episode. We have 25 before this.
Yeah.
Yes, we just hit a big milestone of 25 episodes.
So
we had to celebrate by just not taking ourselves seriously. That's how we're celebrating.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun listening to these Recs, and who knows?
I hope so.
You may be so intrigued that you go download these books and listen or read them yourselves, and we would like to know, please.
Yes, they are good palate cleansers if you just need a laugh, honestly,
if you're in a
and
book
just
slump,
be grossed out.
If you need something unserious.
Heavy on the grossed out.
If you want to freak out your partner and make them question your entire relationship like I did, you just download these and read a random quote. I mean, it really gets them wondering who they married 10 years later, and I don't know about this.
Just keeping it fresh.
Yeah.
Just keeping it fresh.
Yeah.
Or not fresh, and the coronavirus is a pity. I mean, like, soggy fish. I can't get over that.
Disgusting. Okay.
Let's dive into this. Yeah.
Okay,
my first rec is actually going to be, we're going to bring it back to coronavirus because with that cliffhanger, I'm sure you guys are waiting for more. Kissing the Coronavirus is, as you would expect, it's about the coronavirus. We have a group of scientists who are just like rushing to, find a cure for this virus that's like taking everybody away from us. This was a little too close to reality for me, but I digress. Yeah, so there's a doctor/scientist named Alexa. And then there's supposed to be 4 other scientists in this group with her. 2 of them have already died, unfortunately. Sorry,
oh, no.
Trigger warning. Death.
There is actually serious trigger warnings for people in real life.
This book, coronavirus, I would say, might be a little rough. So take from that what you will. Although it's very light. It's only 16 pages, my love. Oh. You can get through it, I think. So yeah, it's just her and one other scientist, Bob Gertlichund, which I hate his name. I shouldn't say that because it's just a name. But
Bob what?
Bob Gertlichund. I stumbled over his name in my head every single time I had to say it. I wanted to punch air. Anyway, her and Bob are the last 2 on the coronavirus thing. We open with our good girl, Alexa, holding the tube of the coronavirus and just immediately feeling sexualized.
Because when I think COVID, I'm like,
she's been trapped in this lab for months now. They've been working day and night to find a cure. She hasn't had anything big and stiff in a while. So she sees this test tube and she's interesting what we have here. Thankfully, Bob walks in on her and stops her. Thankfully. But through this, we're basically going through the motions of finding this cure. Alexa, who is a scientist, I want to keep, reminding you of that. Alexa, who's
an intelligent woman.
A very intelligent woman, okay? She decides that even though the cure they have is ready to go, mass-produced, and like needs to be sent out, and it's so perfect, she decides that she knows it just needs a little bit more coronavirus in it. The girl opens up the fresh cure and taps a drop of extra corona into the cure because she said, I just know now it's perfect. She alters the entire cure because she just is so in love with corona.
Because that's how science works. That's how...
So that's what pissed me right off because not this being how they do science. This how they science.
I love how that's what takes you out.
Oh yeah, that's the reality for me is what
that's the unrealistic part.
I do have 2 quotes that I want to read that are like about Alexa, and every time she's getting like hot and bothered, the author makes her say something that reminds her of another thing that happened before. So there are 2 quotes. Please bear with me. Hold on, I'm sorry, because I will actually start dying. Alexa's heart fluttered like it had done the time she fucked the farmer's cross-eyed son and uncrossed his eyes.
Oh my God.
I'm actually gonna pee on myself. Hold on, my body just got hot and I'm lightheaded, because why would you write that in the middle of the scene?
How's that C-section scar doing for you? Because
no, we're okay. We're okay right now. We're okay right now, but it might get worse with the next one. Hold on.
Okay, I was about to take a drink, but I'll wait. I don't want to spit take all over this, Mike. Okay.
There was lots of sound and shaking, and Alexa's heart hammered harder than the time she was hammered by the carpet fitter when he came to fit carpets in her country manner.
I'm sorry, the first one still got me better. But is she just fucking any random guy she finds that does manual labor? Is that what gets her hot?
I don't understand Alexa's motives other than getting out of the lab because she misses the real world. And I think both of these statements might have been said before she even comes in physical contact with coronavirus when he becomes a man have a virus.
One key detail is missing for me here. What does she fuck? You say the coronavirus, but I want to know, what am I picturing here? That's my only other question about this. I don't even need to know how he comes into being. I don't need that. Give me an air of mystery with this. Hold that back.
So he's a real man. He's a real man.
Okay, so
he's a real man.
Okay, what is
But remember how I mentioned how Alexa
the fish
tips a little bit of the virus into the cure?
Okay.
Dr. Gertlachand it's too late. So he has
real science. That's how that
So
works.
he himself up. He's green, and there's a line where
you just gave up the whole plot twist. I'm going to beep all that out. Because I don't want to ruin it for anyone.
Bleep it. Yes, I'm sorry. Those are spoilers, guys, but you're going to have to read it to figure out what I just said. But yes, that is what happens. And there are, what is the DNA threads? Or no, what is it?
Bonds?
When you look at a virus, it's mentioned in the book. I mean,
it's DNA. It's the DNA.
Yes.
mRNA.
There's another word. There's another word that the author uses with. I'm pretty sure that's probably the only scientific thing in the book. But he's essentially that with those things sticking out of his body.
Is he a mutagen? I mean, obviously he mutated, so like that.
Yeah, and is no longer with us after that. So
okay, maybe I do need to read this.
I mean, for 16 pages, you can do anything for 16 pages. So that is the time I kissed the coronavirus.
So he's big and green.
He's a big and green man, yes. So everything is man. It's just green.
So I don't know why I imagine the coronavirus just having a really limp dick, but I do. That's just what I imagine. I don't know why I'm imagining.
What is he coming to you? Straight corona?
That's a great question. Great
What
question.
is described is that she is filled up with love lotion.
No. I'm done.
I need to put
the actual words used to describe what she's filled up with after Daddy Corona comes is love lotion.
No.
We'll call him Daddy C.
No. I hate it. So
please don't say Daddy C.
Oh no! Is your dad's name Chad?
Yeah. Please don't.
Hey, he'd be listening. I hope he's gone by this point.
Sorry, I don't think he would. If he's listening to any episode, it's this episode. And he did it to himself.
Right. So yeah, that's what I got for you. You're welcome.
I really appreciate that. That was a really good start. That was
amazing.
It was, Christina, please take it away.
Okay.
Before I gobble up the next one.
You're going to make Devaney die. Sorry.
It's my goal.
Okay. Stuffed by Sylvia Morrow. This short story is 87 pages long. It follows Anne, who has haphophobia, which is an intense fear of being touched. She despises human touch, and she'll wash herself with heavy-duty antiseptic or antiseptic soap anytime anyone touches. She thinks humans are disgusting with sweat and other bodily fluids. Sex is off the table for her because she can't touch human, right? But she does have fictophilia, which is what it's called when you're attracted to fictional characters. And I think we're all aware of that.
I also suffer from this. I
no
too
comment.
suffer.
I mean,
Samesies.
we're looking at you, listeners. We're looking at you. Sick fucks.
However, she is still a woman, and she does love a good orgasm, as we all do.
I mean,
as you do. Yeah.
Yeah. So she often humps her pillow to find her releases. While watching anime, by the way, she gets off on this one anime guy who's a butler. Okay.
No comment.
Yeah.
All right.
No comment.
What she doesn't know about her pillow is that among all the goose down feathers is one single phoenix feather.
Please do not goose down feathers.
Yes. This is, I don't know why I'm into this story now, but I am. There's anime, there's phoenix. I need to hear more. Hold on.
Okay.
Let the woman talk. I'm excited
so this phoenix
now.
feather, it can absorb living things to try to regenerate, right? So anytime a fly lands on her pillow, it zaps it dead to suck in its strength, right?
Suck her in?
No, not yet.
Oh, that was a missed opportunity.
One day soon, maybe. He's in love with Anne, but she doesn't know he exists other than being her pillow. But he's like the most perfect pillow, right? He's always fluffy and cool. Like he absorbs the little bugs to be a perfect pillow for her. So she wakes up surrounded by dead bugs every morning. It's fine.
Oh.
It is what it is.
Wait, I'm really sorry. This will be the last time I interrupt, I swear. So this is the pillow she sleeps on. Mm-hmm. Is this also the pillow she humps?
Yes, it is. She just flips it over.
Oh, there's a hump side and a sleep side. Makes perfect sense. I am so sorry. I will not interrupt again.
Come on. I'm just kidding.
That's what Anne's doing on the pillow.
Exactly. One day a coworker comes over to her house to try to bother her, and she hates human touch. And so he comes into her room, right, and touches the pillow. The pillow sucks him in, right, and takes all his energy. So
kills him immediately.
Yeah,
touch her and die.
Yes,
it's
he husks it up. So then, as Anne goes to work the next day, the pillow decides to use that strength to build a human body, right? He wants to become a man for Anne. He wants to be Anne's man. She comes home, and he's like half formed, and she's, okay, we'll go with this. And he's like, how can I be the perfect guy for you? So she like shows him the anime, and he becomes the perfect interpretation of this anime guy for her, right? Yes. He becomes her perfect man, literally.
That.
Yeah, he designs himself specifically to her specifications. All her specifications, mind you. Mm-hmm. She names him Ori, O-R-I, and she's able to bear his touch because it feels like satin, like a satin pillow, right? Yeah, and he can change shape however she wants, whenever she wants. Like when he's in her, he can expand and knot, perfectness. And he has a satin tongue, and she loves it. And his cum is goose feathers.
Oh, well, I don't want that in me. You had me until the goose feathers.
Yeah, he pulled out. He pulled out, and then feathers fell all over her.
Oh, but how cute is that? It just poof. How cute is that? Poof. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I might actually like this book. I'm gonna read it.
There is a sequel called Double Stuffed, which is there's a second pillow man, and so it's a why choose pillow guys for Anne.
Do love a why choose moment.
I don't see anything wrong with anything you said, and I don't know how I feel about myself with that, but I kind of love the concept of all of this.
It's a good quick little read. It took me like a little over an hour, 80 pages. It's perfect. The next one, they'll be
sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and he anytime anyone touches her, he goes and zaps some energy from them.
Touch her and die.
I know. He's the perfect pillow.
That's crazy. All our favorite tropes in a little pillow romance.
Exactly.
Unrequited
love. He says,
love.
I'm just one hell of a good pillow. That's what he tells her.
Yes, you are, buddy. Yes, you are.
Yeah, so cute.
We stand for Ori the pillow.
I think I have to read this now, and I have to question everything about myself.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about a story that made me question my whole existence and what the fuck I'm doing with my life. So my first rec is Stuffed by the Were Turkey by Tate McKirk. And
Gobble,
let me tell you, it's, and there's gobble, like a lot of gobbles.
Gobble till you wobble?
No, it's only 13 pages. It's only
Perfect.
13 pages.
Just a little guy.
Okay. No, he was not a little guy. He was not a little turkey. He was a big turkey with a big gobbler. Don't know how to properly explain that there's so much in these 13 pages that really made me reevaluate my faith or my lack of faith and just my entire existence.
That's a lot for 13 pages.
I don't even remember the main character's name because I really tried to block this out. But you're going to look it up, aren't you? I see you instantly go. It's literally on my Kindle right now.
Yeah. I opened up a web browser. I was like, oh, well.
I just realized.
Is on the case.
Wait, hold on. Joe.
You found it before me.
So Joe is this big vegan PETA activist. Okay, she's outside a turkey farm where people go to get their fresh turkeys, and she's protesting, and a turkey runs out. A little turkey runs out of the barn and runs straight to her. She grabs it and she runs away with it. She's going to save this turkey. Okay? It's almost Thanksgiving. Or it's the day before Thanksgiving. She's going to save this turkey. The farmer's chasing after her, shaking his fist. She gets the turkey in the car. She goes home. She doesn't know what she's going to do with this turkey, but she's going to save it. She's feeling really good about herself. She's a lifelong vegan and activist. She puts it in her bathroom naturally, right?
As one does.
Because she has to make her vegan Thanksgiving meal for all of her friends from PETA. Like they have a local organization from PETA, their PETA chapter, and she's hosting Thanksgiving. So she's making all this stuff, and she locks it in the bathroom. But when she's in there, the turkey keeps like nudging her. It's just the turkey, you guys. It's just the turkey. And what is going on? So she leaves, locks the turkey in there. She's making her food, working really hard. But then she hears like crashes and things in the bathroom. And what is that bird doing? She goes in the bathroom trying to clean. When she's bent down picking stuff up, he keeps like bumping into her from behind. Okay?
No, please go to jail. Please go to jail right now. I know where this is going. No.
Just then a hand wrapped around her middle and started to fondle her tit. What? You guys, it's been a while. I don't know how I feel about this. She looks behind her. I'm going to read the description. Of this quote-unquote were turkey. Are you ready?
I am ready.
It starts with the pubes. Okay. His
Perfect.
pubes were a strange reddish-brown fuzz. Her gaze went higher, with her looking at the man's chest. Normal, except he had no nipples. Come to think of it, no belly button either. But there were more of the strange fuzzy hairs on his chest. No, not hairs. They almost looked like tiny feathers. With a harsh swallow, her gaze continued upward until she settled on his face. It took a moment for her to register that what she was actually seeing. The man's head was wrong. All wrong. He had a turkey's head. More like the turkey's head. You guys. His head never changes. He cannot speak. He can only gobble gobble. He's covered in tiny feathers, but he has a man's body. He has arms and legs. He fucks her all over this apartment, you guys. He literally does her. He literally does her in the mashed potatoes. There are at least 2, if not 3 moments where she describes looking into his black, beady eyes while they're fucking. He's got the gobble. He's got like
This sounds like a haunted story, a horror. Like,
I need to read one more quote because then I'll get to the end here. It's something that's said in the heat of passion, obviously by her because he can't talk because he's a fucking turkey.
Gobble gobble.
Ready? Give me your meat. I love it. More, please, more.
Please,
I want
please
it
stop,
all.
Jordan, please stop.
Please less. Please less.
Why would you read it with that voice?
Because at the end, I'm just gonna give you the end, you guys. I'm so sorry, spoilers. At the end, like she forgets all about her friends coming over for Thanksgiving. And I guess the next day her friend from PETA comes over and knocks on her door, and she gets up and she goes, and she's, you make me sick. I can't believe you do this to the group. I said, what are you talking about? She's like, we heard you last night. You were eating meat. You kept asking him to give you more meat. You are kicked out of PETA. And then she walks away, and she thinks to herself, well, it's fine. At least I have my hunky turkey to keep me company. And she's totally happy with keeping her were turkey.
So he just transformed in the bathroom. That's what happened? Like he just turned into
transformed.
A man?
We don't know more. It's 13 pages, you guys. And it has changed my soul for not the better.
God. I need to read this.
It is. I know Christina needs it. Look at her. She's give me this weird stuff.
My favorite thing about these like unhinged books is like when I'm reading normally, of course, you have reactions. I don't know if everyone has reactions, but I like gasp and scream and like fling my Kindle or my book or whatever it is. But when I'm reading these specifically unhinged stories, I feel like it's even more intense because I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I am cackling. I'm highlighting ferociously. I think that's the best part. You really, even if you hate it, you really do have a good time.
I didn't even tell you about his dick.
Oh,
you didn't?
No, there are bumps on it. There are bumps on it. Like it's bumpy. Like it's ribbed for her pleasure.
And see, Jordan and I had a discussion about turkey dicks. And actually their lack of dicks, but...
Oh, we did. I forgot. Mm-hmm. Yes. Because
my husband came into the conversation.
Right? When you told your husband about the book, he said, well, turkeys don't even have dicks. And I was like, well, let me tell you about a where turkey sticks, because he doesn't know about that,
do they not? In real life, do they not?
Birds don't. Ducks are like the only species of birds, or one of the only few species of birds that have them. They have coitus.
Like
I'll tell you about that in my dinosaur one.
Oh, dear God.
So what the hell is going on? How are we getting more turkeys?
What are we doing?
How are we getting more turkeys and birds?
It's a cloaca. It's an opening. And so they put their opening by the girl's opening. And then it like splurts in there.
No, I do not need that. This is one science class I wish I didn't. No, thank you.
You asked. You literally asked the question.
I really did, and I regret it. Thank you. No, thank you. Okay, moving along.
I'm out of my cocktail, and I feel like it was too soon for that to happen. Sorry.
I'll save the cloacas for next time.
Yeah, I don't even like that word, to be fair. It'd be fine if you never said it again. Okay. My next rec is actually super unhinged. Because
if we even have any listeners.
Right. The title is Unhinged by Vera Valentine. Vera, I will be sending you my therapy bills because WTF. Yeah, this is labeled as an erotic door romance. And like the opening tagline is dangers come a-knocking. Sorry, Jill. Okay. There is one quote I'd love to start off with this one though.
Stop.
Wrapping my round brass protrusion in a soft cloth and a firm grip, she started polishing my knob with slow, smooth strokes that stirred something deep in my wood. Obviously, this is the POV of the door. You mostly get the POV of the door because, I mean, he's seeing everything, baby. He's the door. You know what I'm saying? He has first-hand account of everything. Yeah, Tana, I think that's how you pronounce her name, has moved into an apartment and her door is very sentient, even though he's shaped as a door. There's trouble afoot, though. Danger truly does come a-knocking because not only is Tana's door obsessed with her, but so is her landlord, and we are pretty sure that the landlord has been offing girls in the building community or whatever. The door catches the landlord like sneaking into her apartment, using his big old landlord keys and like rifling through her underwear drawer, drinking her orange juice, like just random shit.
Gross.
But obviously, what is he gonna do? He's a door. The best he could do is slam real hard. There's not much.
That's like every woman living alone. That's like all of our worst nightmares.
Nightmares, right? That your landlord is walking in and doing all these things.
Yep.
And when she's home, the landlord always tries to go in while she's home. Oh, I need to fix your light bulb. Oh, I need to double check your oven. And she knows it's creepy. So she's always, no, thank you. No, thank you. Then one day she gets a bright idea. Well, to be fair, she doesn't get the bright idea. She starts having dreams where basically her door is trying to warn her and somehow ends up in her dreams to warn her, to tell her what the landlord is doing and that she needs to protect herself because some girls have disappeared. He's pretty sure he saw the landlord do it. You know, Vera, this is giving psychological thriller as well, babe. It's unhinged, but also psychological thriller. I just realized that. So yeah, Tana is like believing the dream. She's, no, this is too crazy. I have to believe it. Okay. So she believes it. She's like, all right, I need to be on my P's and Q's. I need to make sure things are good. And then, you know, she's up at the door. So she does the door. While he's a door, he got a round little knob. And as you could tell from my earlier quote, it's very smooth and polished. And
It's
she
just
goes
a little
to town
chode
on
of a
that
doorknob, though.
Yeah, it really is. But that thing must bust her wide open because after that, now he's real. He becomes real. Oh, also, mythology is in this because Hera, and I'm pretty sure Zeus, are also, he's like a
kid,
spawn.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's Zeus's kid. But like some tree in some grove that Zeus did something to with a dryad or something, and now we have this wood from that is now a door. Anyway, now he becomes a real person, but like every full moon, he'll turn back into a door or something. Anyway, trouble ensues. The door and Hannah, they do all kind of crazy stuff. Then he becomes a man and he has to learn how to walk and do all these things, and he does a lot of things to her. And we still have the threat of our crazy ass. What's his name?
Landlord?
Not his name. Landlord. Yes. So yeah, it actually. Now I'm leaving a lot out because this thing was actually psychotic. Even though this one has way more plot than Kissing the Coronavirus, I don't want you to go in thinking that this is going to be something super amazing. The story is called Unhinged, babe. Like truly, it's going to be unhinged. But it was really good. I do want to read another quote though. Oh no. Oh.
Oh.
So Hera also said that you'll turn back into a door every full moon. So we'll need to repeat this when you transform so I can bring you back with my magic pussy.
Well, who doesn't want to have a magic pussy? I mean,
that first of all, the fact that she realized it's magical by inserting a doorknob. I don't want that kind of magic. I'm all right. I'll pass. No, thank you. Last quote, because I feel like this kind of summarizes the entire episode. But I mean, it can't hurt anything, right? I mean, women fuck cucumbers and bedposts and balloons and shit. This isn't that weird, right? I think going to...
Yeah. That's my next rec is balloons.
Yeah, so that's my rec for Unhinged.
But can I just say, why do we not have a whole, or at least I don't know if we do, I never saw it in this weird search we've been doing. I need a series of Zeus fucking random things.
Yeah.
That's
because he was up to no good a lot of the time.
He fucked everything. All these animals.
That had legs.
He fucked everything. So, like, why do we not have a whole series of this?
Maybe
Vera.
We just got a
story.
Vera Valentine. Please.
Yeah, get on it.
Get on this.
We need that.
Oh, my. Get on it.
Does he ever?
Okay.
Christina, what do you have?
This one is called Forked by Ruth Cardello. This series is actually a trilogy. The first one is Forked, which follows Mercedes and Hugh. The second is Spooned, which follows Cheryl and Jack. And the third is Knifed, which has Ashley and Ray. So they're couples. But they're all interlinked, right? So it's a trilogy. This series, I will just read to you what I have written down. This series is about World War II super soldiers whose job is to hunt down German scientists to prevent the creation of an atomic bomb. The soldiers were all originally turned down for military service due to their disabilities.
Wait, Christina.
This is Captain America. This is Captain America.
Christina.
This is not where I saw the story.
This is not where I thought we were heading.
I told you, this book series is so much deeper. I'm going to get going. Let me just tell you.
Oh, is this the one that you really liked? Is this the one that's
I really liked this one. Yes, I did not expect it going into this. I'm gonna tell you, there's a whole backstory.
I'm gonna mute myself now. I'm gonna mute myself.
All three of these soldiers, they wanted to join the military, but they got turned down for disabilities. Hugh lost a finger in a wood chopping accident as a child. Jack was born blind, and Ray was beaten by his father until he was in a wheelchair from his disability, because he couldn't move anymore. So a secret government agency decided to recruit these guys, a bunch of people, and gave them injections, super soldier injections, and tell them, like, it's either gonna heal you or kill you. Okay. Of the 50 men that started, 12 of them survived and began working for the government. These super soldiers are not only healed of their disabilities, but they have super strength, super speed, and they can stretch any part of their body. And that's important later on.
Okay, taking notes.
Okay. On the day that Germany surrenders the war in 1945, right, the government agency decides to use a ray gun to get rid of these super soldiers to cover up their tracks. You know, it's a secret government agency, right? Unfortunately, due to some high-tech science I don't really understand, the super soldiers weren't killed, but turned into the silverware that were on the table behind.
I'm sorry, not because you didn't understand, but maybe because it's fictional and never is like, of course you didn't understand. It's
no, but there's all these words like atomic bonding. Like yes. Their molecules got rearranged and stuff. And anywho, so like in 2024, they're asking AI if this is even possible, and AI is no. Anywho,
wait a minute.
So
Deja,
we wake up
to turn them into the silverware.
8 years later, Mercedes buys this box of antique silverware, right? And she is immediately drawn to this fork. It's her favorite fork. Food just tastes better when she's got it in her mouth, right? She's always just twirling around her tongue. She's got to have this fork with her at all times, right? And then she decides to lay down on the couch and get intimate with her fork.
I mean, can you just tell me, like, mouth or other get intimate?
Other. It vibrates.
It's a fork. Okay.
She is the other end, not the like.
It vibrates.
Well, because like when the guy is getting
not
ready
the tines,
I figured. Not but the tines, yeah, she uses that.
Okay, to be fair, doesn't everyone have a favorite utensil? Not to be weird about it, not like that kind of favorite utensil. But
I'm not gonna lie, I like eating from wooden spoons.
Yeah, I mean
that's like weird.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Not like, get intimate weird, but
just, no.
Just in this book, they call it their cutlery kink cult. Anywho, okay.
Oh, do they?
Oh, I like that for them.
Yes,
Sweet.
It's perfect for them. Anywho, as she's doing her vibration, right as she's about to hit the big O, poof, he turns back into a man. And yeah, so he's fully there in his uniform because he had just been at this fancy dinner for Germany's surrender. And he's in his all World War II uniform. And Mercedes is like, WTF. And here's his...
That's why you liked it, man in uniform. You're a sucker.
It's good. It was good. Here's his whole backstory, and she literally tells him you're exactly like Captain America.
Okay.
She recognizes it, but he doesn't. Because Marvel didn't exist back then. But anyhow, that's another thing. Anyway, so she decides to...
What if in this world, Marvel was written based on him? Sorry. Captain America. I'm sorry.
That was a forking good comment, Jordan. Mercedes wants all the Mercedes and Hugh, that's his name, the soldier. He wants to unlock the rest of his platoon because it's, they're brothers and they all said till death, we're going to stay together. And he wants to see what this government agency's up to. So she gives her good friend Cheryl a spoon. And Cheryl gets intimate with the spoon in the sequel and brings about Jack. And then there's a third friend in the third one, and that is Ray. He's a knife because he's a really dangerous guy, right? It's a whole thing, but they adapt really quickly. They are able to use phones and stuff, and they're like, it's just interesting to me because I wouldn't think someone from 80 years ago would adapt easily to this day and age, but they seem to do pretty well.
Thinking really
and
deep
they're like,
about it.
Yeah, it's Christina's deep thinking about the forks, about the damn cutlery.
So, Christina, let's be honest. Are you going to write some fanfic on AO3 about these
It's
utensils?
Pretty good. This is pretty easy.
You need to... Yeah.
The author says one day maybe she'll write a follow-up and call it Sporked, and it's about their kids.
Yes. No. I like the different responses. Yes. No.
Well, anywho.
Christina, do you need a co-author? Do you need...
Right.
I'll write with you.
I have ideas.
So they're trying to take down the secret government agency, figure out what all happened. Here's my favorite part, Jordan. You'll understand why. The one girl, she's a scientist, and she figures out what was given to them to help them transform and stuff. And so it was like anatomy or DNA of certain sea creatures, right? Cephalopods, octopi, Which is why they can regrow limbs and stuff.
I don't know why you say me. This is about you, ma'am.
But I knew you'd get
I was like, why would Jordan like this?
Christina, look in the mirror, babe.
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
so
sorry. No, keep going. Please tell me about the.
They have super
octopi.
speed, super strength, and they can regrow any limbs. If they haven't been 100% killed, they can come back from anything, even a snap neck. They can come back from pretty much everything. It's just really cool and interesting, and they also can like grow to whatever size they want. So there's a lot of hot, steamy sex involving that, and also like they move at super speed, including their tongues, which is great. It's just a lot of steamy sex and a lot of interesting.
The dirty details.
Oh, sorry, we were all talking at once, right?
I don't know. I just love this series a lot more than I. It's so good.
Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie.
You.
To be fair, so far yours sounds like it has the most plot. You see what I'm saying?
They're like
I'm
180
sure
pages
there's
each.
a lot of
Yeah.
scenes and super erotica.
So
they're way longer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That or she just is really into it and is like talking.
I'm just like, yes, keep going.
It's what?
Wait.
No, just me and dreaming about it. That's all. I want to get forked.
Sorry, I had to yawn.
Oh, there it is. There's the quote of the night. Thank you.
Interesting.
Thank you.
No thanks.
No.
Yeah,
I was
Jordan.
just about to say.
Take us in.
Squeak, 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 squeak. I should have gotten balloons for this and rubbed them together for the audio.
No, that would actually drive me crazy.
Because so for my second squeak, who knew? I'm gonna cut so much of this dirty stuff.
I don't have another rec.
I have one more and it's short.
Okay, squeak verse number 1 from Vera Valentine. Okay, this is a twisted tale. I need everyone to close their eyes for a moment, and I need you to 2 balloon animals. One a vibrant purple and another a bright red. And those are your 2 MMCs, okay? This is a why choose. This is an Omega verse, which it said that at the beginning, but it did not quite register in my brain, Omega verse, until I got to that part in the book. And I was like, oh, what the mother just happened? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Poppy. Everyday gal.
Not her name being
art
Poppy.
School at a local at the local community college. She goes to the zoo with her sketchbook because that's the best place for her to get inspiration and like sketch people, right? She has this corner she goes and sits in one day. Hot. She's thinking about going across the way to go to the water fountain, but she doesn't want to pack all her stuff up to go a few feet, but she doesn't trust to leave it. And all of a sudden she hears this squeak behind her. And she looks behind her, and the guy that does the balloon animals is standing behind her, and he's so hot. Enter Sebastian. He does balloon animals for all the kids. He's, I'll watch your stuff for you if you need to go get a drink. Better yet, my buddy is working the concession, and if you want to come cool off in the concession stand, I'll get you a bottle of water. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go. Anyway, she goes. This other guy, his friend, glares her down. Doesn't want her in there. What the fuck is she doing in here? Get out of here. She's drawn to those broody eyes. But she leaves. She's not welcome. Okay, plot twist. I guess Sebastian and I always forget the other guy's name. Keen. They are not just BFFs. They are lovers.
Nice.
Okay. Not only that, but they are wear-balloons. They're technically tulpas. So tulpas it comes from a form of magic where if you believe in something enough and put belief into an object, it will come to life. So these are balloon men. Essentially, they appear human. There's a whole system to do with their cocks based on not the tulpa master, the tulpa whatever person. This woman from a carnival brought them into being using magic that she had found, and she basically used them as sex slaves and slaves around her tent in general. And they discovered that they didn't have to just exist for her. They could be together. And so they found comfort in each other until they finally were able to sneak away from her in the circus. And so what they're doing at this zoo is they got jobs there to try and find a way to become permanent without being around her. right? So they're on a clock. They're trying to get away from this abusive situation. So it's actually, there's a very serious side to this story.
Very serious.
Yes, it is very serious. It's 54 pages. Just heads up, it's not like this big novel. And they're together. Kian is very territorial over Sebastian. Sebastian was created to be like the fun, charismatic guy to hand out tickets and get sales. Kian was more muscle to like take down the tents and things like that. So he's very serious. But Kian goes to try to find, they need an artist to do these sigils, right? Because the magic will only work if a real living being does it. They are technically not real living beings. So they cannot do the magic that's needed. And that's why Sebastian brought her in to begin with, because she's a really good artist. She can do these sigils. Like, we can get her to do this for us. And Kian, screw that. I don't like the way she's looking at you. I'm going to get a different artist. So he takes the bus to the local school. And he accidentally ends up, spoiler, he ends up near the art class, right? Because he's looking for an artist. And the teacher thinks he's the male model because, of course, the woman that created them made them into her perfect images. So they're, of course, hot. So he gets stripped down to pose. Guess whose class he's in to pose for? And guess who ends up fucking in the supply closet after class? Things happen. And if you know Omegaverse, you know what happens in the act. And so it's like this big thing. Things are revealed. But I'm going to read. I won't tell you all the details of the dicks in this because there is something special about it. Obviously, if it's Omegaverse, there's nodding. But it's very unique to this. Also, their cum is funnel cake frosting.
I would literally love that. I'd be drinking it every
because
day.
They're from the circus. I mean, yeah, Dev, you're on mute, but like I see you agreeing. Yeah.
I forgot I was on mute, but yeah, I would love that.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't?
Gobbling that up.
This is from the supply closet. Poppy, you're safe, but we really need to talk. He tilted his hips and nodded downwards, where his entire pelvic region, still locked into my own, had gone a deep royal purple and translucent. I screamed.
I would
scream too. Can you imagine? You look down and there's a balloon. That's crazy.
You just had the best sex of your life, and you look down and it's an inflatable.
Right. Oh my!
And she heard squeaking.
Yeah. Oh no!
10 out of 10.
So good. Anyways, it's actually, if you're looking for something unhinged, it was good. I mean, like for
perfect.
Unhinged, there was a plot. I thought of you a lot, Christina. I was like, this is Christina written all over it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's squeaking.
I would definitely read that.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to me again.
I'll never look at it the same.
Right.
I would just
if you have another one, I have one to mention, but you do your last one.
Okay, here's my last rec. This book is called Triceratops and Bottoms by Lola Faust.
Yes.
If you couldn't tell by the title, this is a dinosaur erotica. It's very short, about an hour on Audible, which is how I listen to it. It's set about 100 years in the future. Humans have nanobots that cater to their every need. They also have, Dev, this is for you, interactions with aliens, specifically blue aliens.
Oh. Yeah.
Not
I was like,
my
why are you calling her out? Oh,
Yeah.
that's why.
Love my blue aliens.
So the main character, Erin, has had interactions with these aliens, and she's done pretty much everything she wants to do, and she's a sexaholic, and she's bored. So she decides to try something new and use this new invention called a time belt, which is like a time machine you wear, to travel back to the Jurassic period. And she decides... yeah, it is. She decides she wants some new sex partners. Her first is a Triceratops that she named Sarah. I mean, they can't speak, right? But she's thinking that he's into her.
Wait a minute.
Yes, Jordan.
Miss Christina?
Yeah.
So I guess my first and really only question for this one is, are these literal dinosaurs?
They are, Jordan. They are.
Are they able to give consent? Follow up.
I mean, they seem to be into it, I guess, in the story.
Oh, no.
So.
See, this is crazy.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm mute now.
I thought
she
we
goes
had like a
underneath the Triceratops, and she's like underneath.
No.
Yeah. She also takes it from behind, which I think would be really hard.
Crushed.
I could imagine.
She says he's very gentle and doesn't step on her. But it's not just Sarah, okay? She goes back multiple times to a plesiosaur, a carnotaurus, a pterodactyl. Plesiosaurs in and out of the water. Pterodactyl while they're flying. She gets banned from the use of this time belt because of her sexual exploitations with dinosaurs.
Did she name the pterodactyl Resand?
Yeah, she was probably into the Bat Boys, living out a fantasy. This is a very specific niche kink. Just letting you know that. Also, there is 8 books in this Dinosaur Erotica series by Lola Faust. I'll read you 2 of my favorite titles. All I Want for Christmas is Utah Raptor and Tyrannosaurus Sex. I haven't read them all. I just read this one. But yeah. Oh yeah, the All I Want for Christmas is Utah Raptor. That's the Christmas special ones. If you want to unwrap a dick in a box that's very large.
I thought you said they didn't have dicks. I thought you said they don't have dicks.
Yes. Now that gets to my scientific part of this. Dinosaurs don't have dicks because birds are their descendants, right? But in this story, they had dicks because she's all up rubbing on their hard length and stuff, like with 2 hands because they're very large, right?
She's just walking up to random. I'm uncomfortable.
Well, she says,
problem. Yeah, she has a problem.
Oh,
she needs to seek help. In her world,
they understand her.
Help. How does she know?
Yeah. Well, like, there's a Tyrannosaurus after her, and the herd of Triceratops protects her, like, puts her inside the herd like they do the babies, you know, and stuff, like when they protect them.
Because she's tiny.
And so this one keeps nudging on her and stuff and looks into her eyes, and I felt a connection.
Hey, you didn't think it was sweet when the turkey in the stuffed by the were turkey did it. So why is it sweet when a dinosaur does it? It's not.
It's not.
It's unhinged. Crazy. That's all I have to say.
I actually I like that she gets her privileges revoked.
Yeah, they take away her rights. But then a really rich lady buys her another time belt because the rich don't have any laws they have to follow. Go figure. Anywho, if you are a paleontologist, you may not like this story because you know that dinosaurs have cloacas. Definitely doesn't like the word cloaca, but they have cloacas and not dicks, but cloacas.
Okay, I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here to give us these recs. I'm going to talk about one that I intended to read, but I didn't have enough time. I'm just going to move away from that word and pretend it never happened. So one I really want to read. So for reference, we are filming this on November 4th. Tomorrow is the election here in the United States, and we're all feeling a lot of feels. Okay. A lot of us are very stressed. We're trying to disassociate. But if you would like to disassociate, and obviously this is going to come out after the election for whatever happens, which I comment but no comment. If you need something to laugh about in relation to this, Pushin' Cushions, a political sentient object romance by Vera Valentine and Unfortunate Reads.
What's it about?
Vera.
Yeah. Dennis J. Rance has been under immense pressure since being chosen as the vice presidential candidate. His running mate is a dumpster fire. His wife left him, and he's working 90 hours a week. He desperately needs a break and decides it's time to take care of himself for once. So what's a man to do? Yeah, what's a man to do when he's alone and needs release? Not the shower, apparently. Because, well, Dennis is a little different. When his usual methods fail, it's time to indulge in one of his most forbidden desires. It worked for him in college with that ratty old couch. And this new one is just so plush. But Dennis doesn't know this furniture has a sinister secret of its own. This is a demon couch, and he fucks the demon couch.
Yeah.
So
Vera, you something else, babe.
Okay, so that's the description on Goodreads. But I do wanna bring this over to the legal info they had to put at the beginning of this book. So if you're listening to this and you are offended by this, sorry, you're going to be offended by a lot, I would say. But the following sentient object romance story is a work of fiction and is classified as parody. For legal reasons, the authors are clearly stating that there is no hard evidence that any Republican vice presidential candidate has ever had or desired sexual relationships with furniture or oceanic mammals. Political satire is an art form that has existed for hundreds of years. This is just the latest incarnation. Regardless of whether you find this story hilarious or infuriating, we encourage you to check out your voter registration status and show up to the polls on election day to exercise your rights.
Yeah, I remember reading that. I was
Perfect.
like, good for you.
I love it.
Yeah, because that one came out this year, I think.
Yeah,
Pushing Cushions came out
this
year.
out July 27. It's like the story broke. They're like, perfect. We're writing it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
44 pages. I look forward to. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I might not be in the mood to read it, but I feel like I'm going to be in the mood to read it soon, no matter what happens. Like it's going to be a good cathartic. And when I tell you, so I'm looking at the ratings. This has for an unhinged Vera Valentine story, it has a 3.89. It has 142 5-star ratings.
Wow.
89 4 stars. So 40% rated it 5-star, 25% rated it 4. I mean,
it's well liked.
The top review is titled Justice for Cat Ladies.
The childless cat ladies are here. I love that. That's just perfect.
Deb, did you have one that you were going to read? Or you were going to and you didn't have time or something?
Yes, right? I wanted to read Cold Sweat, which is also by Vera Valentine. Yeah. And this one is like a step-sibling romance, but the male sibling is actually the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah.
That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you about that one.
I saw that
Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
Literally was when I started like researching these books and like the recommended books that were coming up, and I'm like, there's so many of these. This is great.
So funny. It makes me feel like I could write something. I mean, it just gives you the audacity, right? This makes you think,
Jordan,
do one about write anything.
Do one about your podcast microphone.
You mean
late one night while I was editing? It was just me.
It's awfully thick.
That would actually be funny.
It'd be perfect.
Oh God.
Put it up on AO3. I'll
Christina,
read
it. I really missed you. We talk a lot outside of it, but I've really missed you in this space. And I hope we'll have more time in the future. Thanks everyone for listening to us ramble about our truly unhinged romance books. If you're looking for more romance recs, be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Romance Recs Pod. You can also find us on Threads now and Discord. You can find our favorite book recs from our episodes as well as behind the scenes content. Again, that's at Romance Recs Pod. So make sure to give us a follow, and we'll be back in a little bit with another episode. Bye.
Bye.